Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 6 U.S. cruiser Cleveland. It has 12 main guns, 12 secondary, 45 AA, and 33 knots is the top speed. We spawned in on islands of ice and headed towards B. I noticed that we have some friendlies at A, and I just wanted to hold B, capture it, and give us a chance at winning. So an enemy Atlanta is around A. It is a high rate of fire, low caliber cruiser also. It has a shorter range, but it sends down a lot of HE rounds. It's notorious for setting things on fire quickly. And my aim is completely off, and I'm more focused on going to B than worrying about firing on the Atlanta. And I'm going to fire on this Pensacola, and I know there's a lot of enemies over there, but I'm going to use this island to give me cover. And if I can get this guy lit up, and maybe force him to use his damage control, it's an advantage for us. And I'll lose the chance to fire on him now that I'm behind the island. We have pretty good coverage. We've got guys on C. I'm capturing B, obviously, and we already have A. So we'll give ourselves an advantage right off the bat. Perhaps it'll carry us through to victory. Seems like that Atlanta has turned back, and he's out of my range, unfortunately. But the Cleveland's great. This Pensacola's getting wiped out. And yep, he dies. First blood to the enemy. Can't really go forward like that. All the enemy in range fire on you. You gotta kind of put yourself in a position, again, to minimize the amount of enemies that can fire on you. We're trying to get this guy lit up. And we land 9 of our 12 rounds. And we set him on fire. And it looks like he's still on fire when I looked. And he put it out. Nope, still out. There, he put it out there. If we can land another set, then we'll be good. But it looks like he's out of range now. Very close to capturing C. If we can capture C, we'll have 3 points to their 0. It's Colorado. He's feeling lucky, so he's headed towards me. And he's heading real slow. Colorado is one of those American battleships that can't even get over 21 knots. So you gotta keep that in mind whenever you're aiming where you think they're gonna travel to. We're able to set him on fire, and hopefully he uses damage control. He's still burning. So I noticed that I'm about to run into this friendly battleship. So I'm turning. I wanted to go where he was. And next salvo sets him on fire. So I think he used damage control, and now he's going to burn for a while. Or actually, maybe he still had damage control up. Buff. It lasts for maybe 10 seconds on a battleship. So we need to set him on fire again, benefit from the cooldown being used. And he's putting himself in a position where he can't really maneuver. He's right up against the island. This is a great broadside. If I had a larger caliber gun, I would switch to AP. AP on the Cleveland does barely any more damage. I think it's more beneficial to use HE and keep him lit for the dot than to have, like a 1 in a million chance of citadel penetration with the small caliber. And we set him on fire, so now he's going to burn for a little bit. We set the back half also on fire, so that's awesome. And we're trying to aim for the middle. Trying to get the middle, and we set the middle on fire. It looks like he's going to die. Yep, he died to the destroyer's torpedoes, so that's cool. Couldn't maneuver. You can't put yourself in a position like that. You gotta be passive, you gotta be cautious, defensive. But the enemy does have one more kill than we do. They captured A, they wiped out everyone that stayed in that area. But we still have B and C, and we have full control over C. Looks like they're fighting up at D, battleship, B battleship. And we've got our carrier that's pretty close. He can provide pretty good support. So we've got a pretty good game so far. We would really need to fail hard. And sailing. I noticed that there's only a single battleship on B. And there was a couple enemies at A. And they're all invisible now. So I'm kind of worried at this point that the enemy is going to head towards B, take out the friendly battleship at B, and capture B. Looks like the enemy carrier has sent torpedo and dive bombers on that friendly battleship that's forward of our position. And we can see this Pensacola. Can't fire on him. And it looks like another enemy cruiser is trying to get in range to harass the friendly battleship. And we are going to head towards him and try and harass him. So the Megami, his goal is to torpedo. Looks like an enemy destroyer has already sent out torpedoes towards the friendly battleship. And I'm trying to take advantage of the broadside the Megami is showing for the torpedoes. But unfortunately, I'm not landing any of these shots. As you can see, he's put out 2 sets of torpedoes. I believe the battleship sees it. He's already dodged the first set from the enemy destroyer. I really just want to set this guy on fire, but every shot is either long or short or not lead enough. So I'm compensating for these enemy torpedoes coming my way. So I had to turn, and I noticed that there's an island. It's near me on the mini-map, and I have to deal with that. I land a good salvo, but I don't set him on fire. I really would like to set this guy on fire. I miss again, and I have to deal with this island now. If I would have continued on, I probably would have been in a position where I couldn't maneuver like that enemy battleship earlier. I set him on fire, which is cool. He sets me on fire, unfortunately, too. We got support from Baltimore. That's good. Looks like that battleship's almost dead. I'm not surprised with the amount of enemies that can fire on him. Yeah, I'm out of the action for probably 2 or 3 cooldowns because of this stupid island. I go right back to the Megami. Oh, he's almost dead. Is he going to burn down? So I was like, yeah, he's going to burn down. Yep, he burned down to my fire that I said earlier. We're trying to take out this Pensacola. Land half of our rounds. We don't set him on fire. Come on, set this guy on fire. There we go, we set him on fire. Nope, and he put it out with damage control. So we know if we set him on fire again, it'll be burning probably for the rest of his health. Because it's at least 45 seconds. Someone sent out a ton of torpedoes. But they're of no consequence for me, at least. And this Pensacola is completely ignoring us. Which is good for us. Let's finish this guy off. Ooh, set him on fire again. So he's got 2 parts of his ship that are burning. This broadside with us is an easy shot. Come on, finish him off. And that's why I went AP, broadside. And there we go. He's dead. That Baltimore's barely alive. We still have control over B. Friendlies have C, but everyone's been wiped out. There's 4 versus 5. And I'm moving towards, and look, right there. Detected. Surface detected. So I'm like, there's a destroyer somewhere that's invisible. And I warn him. I don't know where he is. But all I know is there's a destroyer somewhere close. Unfortunately, the enemy carrier is going to try and kill the Baltimore by bombing it with the dive bombers and using torpedo bombers. And I'm just trying to get in range to provide any AA support I can. Don't kill him. Oh, point blank. He tries. And he's unsuccessful. The first set was missed, but the second set was on target. The torpedoes and HE bombs were on him, so he was burning. So if he didn't have damage control, he was going to burn down anyway. So the enemy's on B, and I'm trying to get back to B, but they're just going to cap it before that. The enemy is gaining ground. We only have 150 points on the enemy, and they have 3 points. And they have a chance at killing one of our ships over by D. This is not looking good. This game of control, we are now in a situation where we could lose if we lose one more ship. Maybe the carrier gets knocked out. Maybe I get knocked out. Here's the destroyer. Kept us spotted. And Cleveland's very effective at killing destroyers just because of the amount of rounds it sends down. So, fortunately, he's really close. He wants to torpedo me, but I kill him, and I'm turning because I read that as such. Slow down too. I don't want to take these torpedoes. And it looks like I was able to avoid it just in time. Another enemy shows up. Enemy cruiser. He's pretty low though. For some reason, his shots landed real short, like he was aiming at something else. We're able to take out back half. See if we can land this. It's always, the enemy's always real low, and you like miss your next shot. And those shots were so close. Just kill this guy. And yeah, the Baltimore's like, yeah, that's in Atlanta, stay away from him. Like, alright. There we go, we take out that Atlanta.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
2v2, they got 3 points. I still want to decap B, I want to give us a chance at winning. I don't have a mod that can calculate the tick rate, whether they would win with 3 versus 1. But just to be safe, I'm going to cap it. The enemy has a battleship that's not in range, so the only enemy that can affect me is the carrier. So the way I'm sailing, I choose to get far enough into the capture that I can sail in a circle and still be capturing the base. And you notice I clicked on the leading bomber, the torpedo bomber, and I was using defensive fire. I wanted to take him out before it was an issue. And as I'm maneuvering to dodge these dive bombs, I'm really hoping that it will stop. Yes, that it won't interrupt the cap. Now that we have the cap, it's irrelevant. If I take it, I have damage control. We have the same tick as they do, and it looks like we're going to win the game. I believe the friendly carrier's outside of the line of sight for the enemy battleship. And yep, this torpedo guy, we take one out. And I would have taken a torpedo, but the game ended. So there was the Cleveland on Islands of Ice. We played the game right by capturing, maintaining B, and we were able to take out ships that sailed in a dangerous manner, like sailing next to an island where you can't maneuver. So, hope you enjoyed seeing the Cleveland on Islands of Ice. I always love playing the Cleveland, so I hope you enjoy watching it. And I'll catch you guys next time.